of the Always Believe House. Oh, today we're going to finish up Staar Review Category 2. We started this the day before. We're going to finish it today, and yes, it is going to be F-U-N, fun. So let's get going, and a magical whiteboard appears, and let's start doing these problems. Okay, on this one right here, don't worry about graphing this. It's very tedious to do it with the decimals. So just write down, do not graph. Okay, so we're just going to plug this into the calculator and get our answer, okay? So make your first item X, your second item Y. So I'm going to have 8X plus 3Y equals 18. And then I'll have mangoes and apples again. 3X plus 5Y equals 1450. And remember, when you do this, it's menu 3, 2, enter, right? You'll type them both in and you'll get X equal and Y equal, right? Okay, we could graph this. We could get the X and Y intercepts of both of them, graph it and find out. Very tedious with the 1450 though, okay? So we're just going to go through this and let's go to the calculator. So we're going to add a calculator. One, I just go to the scratch pad whenever I do this. We're going to hit menu. We're going to click algebra. Remember, if you hit 1, you will solve an equation. If you hit 2, you'll solve a systems of equations. 3 will let you find the roots or the zeros of a quadratic equation. We need to solve a system of equations, so click 2. And now then, you never ever change this in Algebra 1, okay? So just hit enter. And now then we type in our equation. So it's 8x plus 3y equal 18. So 8x plus 3y. And the equal is to the left of the 7, 18. Then you hit the down button. And then you type in 3x plus 5y equal 1450. 3x plus 5y equals 14.5. Make sure that's right. 3x plus 5y equal 14.5. Then you hit enter. And bam. So it's $1.50 for x and $2 for y. Okay? So x equals $1.50 and y equals 2. That's how much each one would cost, correct? Piece of cake. Make sure you're answering the question, okay? On the STAR test, if they want you to do a graph, the graph will be there and you just get the intersection point. Remember, this is the point where the two lines cross, right? That's the intersection point. Let's keep going. F-U-N, fun. Okay, I'm just going to graph one of the equations on number 1 for you. Okay, notice that when you graph, it's always y to the left, and the y-axis goes up and down. That's why when we shade this, we'll either shade up or we'll shade down. You will not shade left or right like you did in junior high on a number line. So I'm just going to graph the first one. It starts at -4, and my slope is 2. So I'm going to go up 2 over 1. And I'm going to draw all those grid points. Now then, look at the inequality. The inequality is less than. Less than on y goes down. The further you go down, the less the numbers get, right? So if it's less than, you shade down. Also, there's no equal bar. So I'm going to make every one of these dots a dash. And then I need to shade down, okay? So I would shade this part down here, wouldn't I? Okay? Or actually, let's do this. Let's shade down. So I'm just going to draw arrows going down, okay? Now then, I'll help you graph the next one. So on the next one, it's y equal, or y less than or equal to -3x plus 6. This is my y-intercept. I start off at 6, and my slope is -3. So from this dot, I'm going to go down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, and then repeat backwards. And then this has an equal bar, so I'm going to be a solid line. And then this inequality is also less than. So I will also shade it going down. Notice what part's going to work. Would it be part 1, part 2, part 3, or part 4? Part 4 is going to be the double shaded. That's down on both edges, right? So on the test, it's going to look like this would be the double shaded part. That's all you want to do. Every time you graph two lines, there's 4 parts. You want to find the part where it's going to be double shaded. All of the ordered pairs in here make both inequalities true. Go to the next one, okay, 23. Find your intercepts if it's in standard, okay? Or get one of the intercepts in the slope. We'll do both ways, okay? So right here, if I do 6 divided by 3, that's my x-intercept. So my x-intercept is going to be 2. If I do 6 divided by -2, my y-intercept is -3. So I'm going to put a dot on the x-axis at 2, put a dot on the y-axis at -3, and this is going to be a solid line. So I'm going to draw a solid line going up. Notice that the y is negative. If the y is negative, that is going to flip your inequality. If the y is negative, it flips the inequality. So on this line, I will not shade down, I will shade up. So I'm going to draw arrows going up. Okay, so everything below the red line will not work. Now then on the next one, I'm going to do one intercept in the slope. Because sometimes both of the intercepts won't work, but usually one will. Okay, so I'll do the next line in green. Okay, 8 divided by 4 is 2. So my x-intercept is 2, and then my slope is -4 over -1, which is going to be 4. So -a over b, don't forget that, is your slope. So my x-intercept is at 2, and my slope is a positive 4. So I'm going to go up 4 over 1, up 4 over 1, and then down 4 over 1. So this is the second line right here, okay? And it's going to be a dashed line. So I'm going to draw a dashed line. Okay, now then, I'm going to shade this y is negative, so this is also going to flip to less than. So this line will also be shaded down. So if the red line is shaded up, and the green line shaded down, this part right here is going to be the double shaded part. The red line has to be shaded up, the green line has to be shaded down. That's where the double shaded area is. I'll let you do the next one on your own. Okay? Should be okay with this. This is pretty simple. Remember, on this star, you will not have to graph them. They'll either give you the picture and the 4 equations or the 1 equation and 4 pictures. You got to match them up. It shouldn't be that difficult. Let's keep going. Okay, right here, this is when you use the calculator, and these are excellent instructions down here, okay? These are excellent instructions down here. This is how you get these answers, okay? So let's go through this. The first thing you need to do, if you have years, is make the first year year 0. And then 1990 minus 1980 is 10. 1995 minus 1980 is 15. 2000 minus 1980 is 20, and then this would be 22, 23, 24, and 25, and 26. Do not graph this, okay? Okay, don't worry about graphing it. If it was graphed, you would see the scatter plot. Don't worry about graphing it. Just use the calculator, okay? So we're going to put this data into the calculator, and I'm only going to do this once, okay? So let's get going. So we're going to go to the calculator. We're going to hit the home button. We want a new document, so type in 1. Don't ever save anything on this calculator. Click no. It'll also be in test mode, so you won't be able to save. And then you'll click spreadsheet. So 4, we're going to add a spreadsheet. First thing you want to do is get X and Y in the A and the B. Okay, so get X at the very top in the A and the B, and then that gray field below there, leave that blank, okay? The gray field below it, leave it blank, and now then we're going to type in the data field. So let's do the X's first. 0, 10, 15, 20. 0, enter, 10, enter, 15, enter, 20. And then we're going to do 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So I got all of my X's in. Now then I'm going to go back up to the first row again. 5, 4, 3, right here. Now I'm going to type in my Y's. This will be a little bit more tedious. 9, 7, 4, 6. I'm probably going to have to go back every time. Enter. And then 12, 9, 3, 8. 1, 2, 12, 9, 3, 8. Enter. Y'all can just like that. I have to go back and forth. This is going to take me a while. 1, 4, 5, 3, 8. 1, 4, 5, 3, 8. Enter. Okay. 1, 5, 9, 8, 3. 1, 5, 9, 8, 3. 1, 5, 9, 8, 3. Notice if you type one of these in, your data is going to be wrong. 16682. 16682. 16682. I'm almost done here. 16982. 16982. Hit enter. 24 is going to be 17367. 17367. Enter. And then 17768. 17768. 17768. Enter. And the last one. The crowd goes wild. Yeah. 18090. 18. Not 10. 18090. Hit enter. Now then, do y'all see where my blue box is? The blue box is not on a number field. If the blue box is on a number field, it will not work. Okay? So make sure your blue box is right below that. Hit enter. Then you do these instructions and it's right on the paper. You're going to hit menu. You want to do a stack calculation. So 4. You're going to run a stack calculation. 1. Now then, when you get here, notice you can do a quadratic regression or an exponential regression also. We just been doing linear. So you can also have a scatter plot of a quadratic and run a quadratic regression. That would be number 6, right? You can also do number A, or letter A, which would be an exponential regression, which is when you have the growth or decay. They can either do linear, quadratic, or exponential. We only have the linear on these papers, okay? So we're going to run a linear regression 3, and then X down, Y down, enter. X down, Y down, enter. So X down, Y down, enter. And this is your answers right here, okay? Go back up, and you want to get to where this is B in column C. So my M is 318.0. 318.0. So go down to here. My M is 318.0. And let's do the 100th. 0.06. The B, which is that's the slope, right? So every year it's going up 318. The slope is, the y-intercept, 9734.82. 9374.82. 9374.82. And the R is a very important number. It's 0.999. That means it's a very, very strong correlation, okay? So this correlation has a strong correlation, and since the slope is positive, it's a positive correlation. Okay, so it's 0.99. That means it's very, very strong, and the slope's positive. The end's positive. That means the dots go up. These dots would be very, very close to the line. Some of them would be off a little bit, but all of the dots would be really close to the line. I'm not going to do the rest of them. That's all I'm going to do. Let's get the dates, though. If you don't change the years, your y-intercept will be year 0 when Christ was born. So you need to make the first year 0. And then switch them, okay? So put an X through here. That would be 0. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are your X's. Put the X's in and the Y's in and answer the questions, okay? Then go to the next one. Turn the page. Okay, this right here. X makes Y happen. If X does not make Y happen all of the time, it is not true. The cost of a family vacation and the size of their home, a poor family might save up years to go somewhere. That does not ring true every time. Okay, if you can think of one error on this, it is not a function, okay? That would not be a correlation. The time spent exercising, the number of calories burned, ding, 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 ding. The more time you spend exercising, the more calories you will burn. That will happen every single time. That is a correlation. X does make Y happen. The amount of time you study for a test and the score you receive, ding, 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 ding. The more you study, your test score should go up, okay? A person's height and the number of letters in a person's name. Your height has no correspondence at all to the number of letters in your name. The shoe size and the salary of a teacher, I wish so. That is not true, is it? Okay, and the price of a hamburger and the number of hamburgers sold, that does not happen all the time. An In-N-Out burger may cost like twice as much as a Whataburger, but the In-N-Out burgers, I don't know why, they sell a lot, okay? It doesn't happen all the time, okay? That one would not circle, okay? Go down to the next one. We're going to do the same thing. You're going to make this your 0. This would be 1. This would be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Don't worry about graphing. Just run your correlation and get your M and B. Jiminy crickets. And then you're going to estimate with that, right? Okay, so once you do that, you can estimate with your equation, okay? Once you have that written down. Oh, y'all are going to do wonderful on the STAR test. The night before you take your STAR, just read through this stuff, okay? And it won't be, I promise it won't be difficult, okay? You are amazing. You are created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome.